All right, jamming first for Southside in white. We have number 39, the Flaming Diva.
And for Cherry City, we've got 003 Payback. Thank you.
All right, there we go. Got some real derby music queued up here. All right, while we're waiting for the first whistle here, I'm going to run down some of these names for Southside. These are the Revolution Skaters. We have 007 Quesadilla, 008 a Smash Crasher, 02 Omar Geddon, number 13 Tiger Lily, number 2 Strawberry Bomb, number 20 Scouts Honor, number 215 Acid Rain, number 24 Demon Cat, number 27 Chicken Fried Skate, number 321 Princess Leia. It's your day today, Princess. It's your day. Number 33 Jinx, number 338 Terrorizer.
And we're off. Payback taking lead for Cherry City.
Flaming Diva with a long recycle. Star in hand.
And Cherry City meeting a tough line from Southside.
Both Risky Gamble and Mini Mart.
And Payback scores the first four for Cherry City.
And that's the first jam of the game. 4 points, Blossoms.
One and done.
All right, going down the line. Number 46, Gear Shift. Number 50, Raw Man. Number 66, Brat-tastic. Number 74, Blue Raja. Number 9, Helen Wheels. And 942, Bacon Lil Hearts.
And jamming for Cherry City, it's Batty 444. Quickly getting recycled there. A bounce out of bounds.
And that's Bacon Lil Hearts with the lead for Southside. Nice juke right around Jules Byrne.
And Batty breaks through for Cherry City.
Bacon putting the moves on, picking up, looks like 3 more points before calling that jam. Southside goes up 7-4.
And for the first time, you're going to see non-L rolls for Cherry City, number 22 jamming.
And that is 66, Brat-tastic, jamming in white for Southside.
And non-L heads up the outside.
Brat going hard against that red defensive
vicious
wall.
Vicious pack of Southside blockers.
Blossoms really making Brat work for it there at the front of the pack. And out.
And
that was
collateral damage recycling. 66.
Collateral damage who put Brat-tastic outside. And Brat-tastic through the middle picks up lead. Nono will try it again.
And Cherry City with one in the penalty box.
Brad on a scoring pass. Southside losing one to the box. And Brad calls it as Nonal breaks through on the initial. 11-4, Southside.
Lots of hard work to get that initial pass. And the Blossoms, you're going to see Payback 003 jamming.
Up against 39, Flaming Diva. And Flaming Diva with lead. Diva coming in hot. Big hit there from Jules Byrne.
Payback heading up the middle, but getting recycled.
Got one
City.
in, one out of the box. Blossoms down one. And there we go. Diva along the inside. Scoring
Blossoms
pass.
now down 2 players.
Nice apex jump. Diva stays inside, but recycles.
Nice block by Risky Gamble, recycling Southside. Payback breaking through for Cherry City.
And forcing the call off. 4 points Southside. You're right, Johnny. It's all about the defense.
It's all about the blocking today. Quick moves to the inside, too. I'm seeing a lot of passes on the inside.
No trouble.
We're going to see Batty again for the All-Stars wearing the star.
And Southside doing a change up here. Oh, Southside starting with their jammer in the box. Power start Blossoms.
And Batty breaking through for Cherry City, taking lead.
Flaming Diva retaking the field as Southside loses one to the box on a track cut. Diva doing a long recycle, but that jam is called. 2 for the Blossoms. Every point counts.
Well earned 2 points. And we're going to see Miscreant 00 jamming for Cherry City.
And 942, Bacon Little Hearts. He's a heartbreaker. Bacon Baker.
Porcine.
Bacon right out of the box.
Breaking hearts, breaking the line. And Cherry City not far behind. Here comes Miscreant.
And that's it. Three points, Southside.
Nice hustle by Miscreant to force that.
Yeah, Southside opening up. I think you could definitely call that a lead at this point. 24-6, 8 minutes in.
We're going to see Collateral Damage wearing the star for Cherry City.
All right, number 66, Brat-tastic.
And Collateral Damage heading up the middle. Quick ball forming by Southside.
Brat muscling their way through, takes the lead. They are rough and tumble today in that defense, but nothing is stopping Brat from getting through. Big hit on collateral damage. Knocked the star right out of their hands. Brad along the inside caught the Blossoms looking the other
One from
way.
each team going into the penalty box. I believe that was obstruction.
Star pass Blossoms. Nonal with the star. Forcing the call off.
Quick 8 points for Southside there.
Go. All right, 942, Bacon Little Hearts.
Going up against Payback for Cherry City, and
Bacon out on the inside around
quickly
batting.
recycled by 4-4-4.
Bacon, look at the speed on those wheels.
And Payback with speed of her own, cutting to the inside.
That lateral speed, truly impressive. And that's it. 3 points.
Get that lead.
3 points Southside. Like I always say, Johnny, speed is life in Derby.
Sure is. We're going to see 00 Miscreant jamming for Cherry City.
And 39, Flaming Diva, back again for Southside.
Both teams at full strength.
Diva on the inside. Diva coming in hard up against that defense. Just bowled right over him.
Miscreant heading to the inside, breaking through.
Miscreant looking for a star pass, but changed their mind. As Diva calls it, one and done.
Could be really frustrating sometimes.
We call that strategery.
You're going to see Batty again for Cherry City jamming.
Up against 66, Brat-tastic.
One to the inside, one to the out.
Brat trying to power their way through the middle. Lots of shoulders, lots of hips. Mostly shoulders on Brat.
Big block by 2. Southside. Batty getting recycled. She'll have it.
Brat recycling around collateral damage.
Nice block, collateral damage.
And again, one more from collateral damage sends Brat to the back.
And Batty breaks through for Cherry City.
And Brat.
Batty with the lead.
Brat through on the initial. Not far behind.
One sits in the penalty box for Cherry City. And that time it was all about the lead for Cherry City.
3 points for the Blossoms.
These teams are playing each other pretty tough this morning.
Blossom defense really holding the line there in that last jam. Up next, 942, Bacon Little Hearts.
And Miscreant for Cherry City.
Bacon right through the middle.
So Miscreant getting recycled.
You can hear the sizzle out there. Bacon out on the inside.
Nice
Thanks
block by Mini Mart there, recycling.
to Southside with one in the box. And there we go. It looks like
successful star pass to Intoxicate for Cherry City. Put on
4
the
more
star
for
for the
Bacon.
first time this morning. And Intoxicate breaking through the line. This jam will go the distance. And another 4 points for Cherry City.
Bacon spinning out around Mini Mart picks up another 4.
Nice break through the line there by Intoxicate.
And Bacon staying in bounds.
It's a you score 4, I can score 4 jam. Oh.
Intoxicate going down here at the apex.
Nice apex jump there by Hearts of Bacon.
Well, that's one of the best jams we've seen from Cherry City in a while, but Southside still going up 24-15.
We've got Payback in for Cherry City to jam.
And 39, the Flaming Diva.
Aptly named. Very fast skater. Payback going outside, then cutting to the inside. Nice blocking by Southside there on Payback.
And
Payback breaks through for lead for Cherry City.
It's a foot race in the backcourt.
Nope. Payback doesn't have lead. It was goes to Southside.
Flaming Diva winning the foot race.
And one's going to sit in the penalty box for, that's Helen Wheels with the penalty.
Diva making their way around the defense, one body at a time, picks up 4.
And Risky Gamble breaking through for Cherry City, wearing the star now. Successful star pass.
And Diva calls it.
Not before Cherry City scores a couple more. You're going to see 0-3, collateral damage.
Up against 66, Brat-tastic. Oh, no, correction.
Power
that was a
jam.
late call there on the jammer. Sounded like a back block. So the new jammer will serve out that penalty. Power start, Blossoms. Right after this official timeout, it's officially a timeout.
This break in the action brought to you by Radar Toys. Hey everyone, if you haven't heard, there's a new toy store in town, Radar Toys. They carry toys for all ages, including adults. And today being May the 4th be with you, that'd be a great place to pick up a theme gift.
I was at Radar Tours yesterday for a free comic book day.
Of course, of course. It is not just a toy store for kids.
You know, about every 7 years or so, free comic book day and May the 4th align, and it is truly magical.
Sounds like a dream.
All right, and we're back. Once again, Power Start Blossoms.
That jammer, collateral damage. Heads right up the middle. Big block there by 12. Collateral damage breaking through.
That's Strawberry Bomb and Blue Raja holding the line against the Blossoms.
Collateral damage doing the work there, zigzagging to break through for Cherry City. Collateral damage will try it again.
Nice jump there from Flaming Diva.
Collateral damage calls that one off before Southside can score.
3 points, Blossoms. And back of the line, 66, Brat-tastic.
And you've seen him before. It's a Miscreant 00 for Cherry City jamming.
Brat going out around Risky Gamble.
Miscreant going inside and outside.
And Brat with the lead. Brat blasting their way through the pack.
Skimming by Minimart. Intoxicate wearing the star for Cherry City now, being recycled.
That worked well for the Blossoms last time. Let's see if it happens again. It looks like a high block there on somebody. Nice apex jump there from Brat. Catching the Blossoms looking the other way. Penalty there on Intoxicate. That might have been that high block. They will take a seat. Power Jam Southside.
Nice defense by Cherry City.
Brat going up against Minimart and Miscreant and wins.
This one's going to go the distance. And a quick move around Minimart. Another 4 points for Southside.
Big jam for Southside.
Southside will have a power jam to start this next one.
And timeout. All right, Johnny, what has been your favorite Derby name that you've seen this weekend?
A tough one. I do like Helen Wheels on the Southside team here.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, so we had Lightning and Thunder yesterday. I missed that one. I really enjoyed Thunder Bunny. And back in the action, Bacon Little Hearts with lead.
And a name to put the fear in people, Skull Crusher.
Still working on this power jam as Intoxicate retakes the field.
And Bacon Little Hearts with a twist move to the inside. Scoring another 4 for Southside. And Jules Byrne will take a sit in the box for Cherry City.
Bacon almost making it through. Stepped outside. Now got caught up in the pileup. Bacon against a miscreant.
Good block by Midnight Smack, but Bacon Little Hearts goes by.
All right, we got a star pass over to
Oliver
Twisted.
And
Forcing the call off. Southside crossing the century mark. 110.
You're going to see 444 Batty with a star for Cherry City.
Up against 39, the Flaming Diva. And it's Diva.
Batty with speed of her own, not far behind. As Jules Byrne joins her team. Cherry City at full strength.
And Diva on a scoring pass. One more for Diva.
Risky gamble to take a seat in the penalty box.
Batty picking up 4 for the Blossoms.
Nice work there by Batty. Here comes 00 Miscreant for Cherry City.
Against 66, Brat-tastic. And it's Brat.
A big lane opening up on the outside there for Southside. Midnight Smack going to sit down in the penalty box. One sits down as one joins their team.
Brat along the inside. Ooh, Brat
Miscreant
slamming right
tough
into
time
Mini
breaking
Mart.
through.
Brat being sent out by Miscreant, and that's a track cut on Blossoms on Risky Gamble.
Southside keeps running up the score.
Brat out on the inside.
Midnight Smack recycling. Southside player.
We'll have to work for it on this pass. Miscreant and Nano rolls, putting the squeeze on. Huge jam for Southside. Blossoms just did not have an answer there for Brat-tastic. All right, new jam, Bacon Little Hearts.
Against Collateral Damage. Quick move to the outside by Collateral Damage, but Southside forms their line quickly. And Southside will have one in the box.
Multiplayer block there on
Yeah.
Southside. I think we all heard that.
Cherry City with lead. Here comes Collateral Damage again.
Bacon spinning out around Intoxicate and makes it through on the initial.
And 4 points for Cherry City. And Collateral Damage calls off the jam with a quick 4.
Counting down 3 minutes in the half.
We've got Batty back in for Cherry City.
Up against 39, Flaming Diva. Diva looking to put a hit on Batty. Didn't get it in.
Batty taking lead.
Diva on the inside for the initial. Ooh, big hit on Batty from 0-2 Omar Geddon.
With heads up play there, calling off the jam as she falls.
Oh, a couple of good jams for the Blossoms.
All about that, getting that lead, Jay.
All right, 66. Brat Taskett is back in.
Double zeros, Miscreant wearing the star.
And it's Brat.
121 putting a big recycle there on Miscreant.
Brat on the outside. Miscreant looking for a star pass.
Jules Byrne back in to join her team.
Brat out on the inside. Resets.
Nice block there by Intoxicate.
And Brat finding the opening in the middle of that defense.
And a star pass to number 1 Mini Mart for the first time wearing the star for Cherry City.
Brat through on the outside.
Southside with a tough defense on Mini Mart.
One more for Brat as this jam ticks down, and that's the half. Southside 171, Blossoms 47.
Big half by the Southside blockers there.
All right, grab a snack there from the food cart or some merch from the merch table, and don't forget, you're not allowed to leave without a t-shirt. That's a rule.
Please let the
I don't make the
players
rules,
have
I just announce them.
priority over the bathrooms for the players, for the coaches and the staff.
And we'll be back in 9 minutes. All right, we are 2 minutes till the second half. 2 minutes till game. Grab a snack, grab a cushion,
Grab some
find your
merch.
seat.
Line up for equipment check. Skaters, line up for gear check, please. All skaters playing. One more for Cherry City on the way. And they're complete.
All right, counting down the seconds till this second half.
All about safety, no matter what.
Southside 171, Blossoms 47. See if we can stir up a little more action here in the second half.
I believe we can. That defense has been tough by Southside. See if Cherry City has an answer.
And once again, today we have Alternachick on Ox. Alternachick, what's on the playlist this afternoon?
Dun, 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 dun.
We're looking for something appropriate for May the 4th.
I noticed we heard a little bit of the Saga Begins there to intermission. Anything else Force related coming up?
Have to see.
It's a surprise, folks.
I think it's just Weird Al.
I really want that 70s disco version of the Star Wars theme.
Absolutely.
That's a real gem.
That's Jim.
I remember as a kid, and we had a cassette tape of or science fiction hits cassette tape, and the disco Star Wars theme came on, and I was like, "What the heck is this?"
This is my jam.
It was not my jam when I was 7. It was very confusing.
Right up there with We Will Rock You.
Except that is not a confusing song. That's a very straightforward song. How are you celebrating Star Wars Day, Johnny?
Right here. Right now, I'm celebrating with this beautiful weather and a great derby game right in front of us.
Good choice. Looks like we are setting up for the first jam in white for Southside, number 39, the Flaming Diva.
And for red, Payback.
Diva.
Southside wasting no time throwing a big block on Payback.
Yep, Diva right out of the box. Collateral damage, sending Diva outside. Recycles.
Payback breaking through for Cherry City. Well earned. Yeah.
And Diva calling that one off.
Just 2 points there for Cherry City. Not for Cherry City, excuse me, for Southside.
Bonus points to Alternachick for finding this gem.
Jamming for Cherry City, it's Miscreant 00.
And you've seen it before. You'll see him again. 942, Bacon Little Hearts. So crispy, yet also so savory.
Side to side and quickly up the middle.
Ah, you can hear the sizzle.
Star pass to Intoxicate.
Nice corner jump there from Bacon. Bacon finding that opening. Toxicate almost through, took a tumble, giving that defense just enough time to reset. Have to start over.
Bacon Little Hearts quickly around the outside. Toxicate breaking through for Cherry City. Yeah. And Bacon Little Hearts calls that one off after 20 points for Southside. Non-L rolls number 22 for Cherry City will be wearing the star.
And 66, Brat Taskic. Nothing to see there. That definitely did not happen. Nobody saw it. Brat.
The Jammer throwing the first block there. Southside, I'll have a player in the box. And number 22, Non-L Rolls breaks through for Cherry City. And
Sorry about that, folks.
we've got Batty back into jam for Cherry City.
And 39, the Flaming Diva. We're just checking to see if you were paying attention.
Armageddon back in. That's Omargeddon back in to join his team. Southside at full strength. Cherry City with the lead. Okay.
Diva threw on the initial. Yeah, Batty going down underneath what looked to me like an arm bar. Calls it from the floor.
Got Miscreant back in for Cherry City. Like Batty took a big bounce on that last jam.
Bacon Little Hearts for Southside. Bacon facing off against Collateral Damage and Oliver Twisted.
Big block there by Midnight Smack. Recycling, Bacon Little. Bacon Little.
High block call there on Bacon. Takes a
Power
seat.
Jam. Cherry City.
Southside sitting right on 200.
And Miscreant with fortitude finally breaking through.
Miscreant staying inside, but takes a hit there from number 9. As Bacon retakes the field. Right off the griddle. 4 more points.
This one's going to go the distance. No lead.
Collateral damage, putting on the star for the Blossoms.
Collateral damage. Nice move around the outside. And Southside back at full strength. High block on Helen Wheels. And Bacon Little Hearts, we've got a power jam for the last 2 seconds. And Cherry City will start this next jam with a power jam. Wearing the star for Cherry City, it's Payback.
Power start Blossoms. Gotta try to pull up the call.
And
Bacon still serving at that
Payback
forearm
breaking
call.
through. Cherry City. Payback comes back around, and another player for Southside's going to take a sit in the box. That's Acid Rain 215.
Bacon out of the frying pan, but into the fire, getting squeezed here in the middle of the Blossom defense, but
Great defense by Cherry City on that last one.
slips through like he was greased.
And Payback's going to call this one off. Nice defense by Cherry City. 8-0.
It is officially a timeout.
This break in the action brought to you by Willamette Legacy Law. Expert estate planning for every move. Roll with competence. Craft your estate plan with precision. See Stephanie Palmblad at Willamette Legacy Law.
All right, we're gonna go to Alternacheck for the weather report. Alternacheck, what's the you're our eye in the sky from our weather chopper. Give us the report, Alternacheck.
Well, it's sunny outside. However, things are slow in here, so we're going to switch it up a bit.
You hear that, folks? Sunny now, but prepared for a change up. I'm not sure what that means weather-wise. I think Alternacheck means dancing. I think that's always what she's after.
Turn up the beats. Okay, folks, we're back, and we've got Batty for Cherry City back in.
Again, 66, Brat Tastic. Brat through the middle.
With lead for Southside once more.
Batty taking a seat on the side with an equipment malfunction. Leaving the floor open for Brat.
And Batty back in after a quick.
Brat against Nonnell and Jules Byrne.
Omar Gedden throwing a block there on Batty.
Nice apex jump there from the Brat. Yeah, this looks like an injury check on the floor. All right, setting up our next jam, number 39, the Flaming Diva.
00 Miscreant for Cherry City.
I think what Diva needs is like a giant inflatable set of lips or something, don't you think? Giant inflatable
Pretty
eyeball.
sparkly cap she's wearing right now.
I saw the flaming lips in Portland like 6 months ago. I was not expecting all the balloons.
Maybe just an entourage.
And they're off. Miscreant.
A Miscreant breaking through. Getting a lead for Cherry City.
Diva looking for a star pass. Ejected by collateral damage.
Big hit by number 50 in Southside. He's going to pay for it by sitting down in the box. And Quesadilla joining Southside.
And there we go. Miscreant breaking through on a scoring pass.
For Cherry City.
And that's a forearm call there on Diva, who will have to sit down. Power Jam Blossoms.
Yeah, another 4 points for Cherry City. This risky gamble comes in to join her team. And 50's back, who threw the hit before on Miscreant. And Miscreant sticking with it and scores another 4 points.
Flaming Diva retaking the field. And Diva, oh, nope, that's a track cut. We'll have to
Track
sit
for
down again.
Diva.
Miscreant towing the line, stays inbounds.
Swallow go the distance. And
And
Miscreant scores
that-
another 4 points as that jam ends.
nope, not a clean pass. That's a track cut there on Miscreant. Which should mean that Diva should come out of the box for this start of this next jam, I believe.
To get up automatically.
But Diva will start the jam from the box, and there we go.
And Miscreant not serving too much time because there were 2 stars in the box.
And there
Back
we go.
into jam.
Diva finding a hole in that defense. Takes lead.
Miscreant breaking through herself.
And nope, another track cut there on Miscreant. These jammers can't seem to stay on the floor these last couple of jams.
But that power jam is very helpful. Big block there by Mini Mart. Holding up Diva.
That's
Midnight Smack
yeah, thank you.
with a nice block on that last play.
Miscreant recycling, star in hand. Mini Mart holding the line against Diva, allowing the Blossoms time to reset, but does not hold the Diva back for long. And that jam called for time.
Nice block there by Southside, 74.
All right, quick little side chat here between the coaches and the refs.
We've got payback in for Cherry City to jam.
And Bacon just under 15 minutes left in this game. Bacon with lead.
Payback going around the outside, breaking through. Nice move. Intoxicate knocks him out, but also goes out herself.
Yeah, 3 points for that pass for Bacon. Nice jump.
Mini Bart back in to join her team. Cherry City at full strength.
Bacon high and outside.
Round the outside, round the outside. And power jam for Cherry City as Bacon sits in the box.
That was a high block there on Bacon.
And Payback breaking through for 4 points.
Star pass over to Risky Gamble.
Risky Gamble hasn't worn the star much this game. When she does, it's awesome. Nice tiptoeing around the outside.
Big block from number 50, Rawman on Risky Gamble.
Risky Gamble with a big hit. She approaches the line. Nice effort there by Cherry City in the end.
Jamming for the first time in white, number 02, Omar Geddon. But not quite yet. All right, this break in the action, we're gonna go to our eye in the sky traffic report with Johnny Coolbreeze. Johnny Coolbreeze, what's the report there from our traffic copter?
Beautiful weather today, and I think
No,
fair weather throughout the week.
No, we already did weather. What's the traffic report?
Lots of helicopters.
Well, you heard it. Our air lanes are jammed up. Too many choppers.
Should be smooth sailing for all these nice folks that came this weekend. Hello. We got non-L rolls jamming for Cherry City, number 22.
And Omar Geddon.
Omar Geddon been playing excellent blocking this game. And they're off.
Omar Geddon.
Yeah, non-L rolls with 2 quick moves going in the inside track.
Omar, one and done.
Has proven it's all about the speed again. First person through has all the power. Wearing the star for red, it's collateral damage, 0-3.
And a good old 66, Brat Tassic.
Lateral damage, weaving, bobbing.
And Brat, nope, did not quite make it through. Will recycle behind Risky Gamble.
And Mini Mart back in to join her team.
And Brat through for lead. Blossoms putting up a tough fight.
Collateral damage being recycled once more. And star pass to Intoxicate.
Scoring
Put-
pass from Brat Tastic.
Nice block there by Batty, but 66 skates by one more time.
Brat taking a seat in the box. Good rain. That was a back block there on Brat Tastic.
Intoxicate breaking through for Cherry City.
This jam going to time.
.33 Jinx leading that pack.
And that jam called for time just as Brat came out of the box. Blossoms crossing the century mark.
Back in for Cherry City, it's 00 Miscreant.
Against the Flaming Diva. Diva for the lead.
Miscreant tiptoeing around the outside. Nice move around the outside, Miscreant.
A rare early call off there for Southside.
Feeling the pressure from Miscreant coming around. You're going to see 003 Payback jamming again for Cherry City.
And 942 Bacon Little Hearts. Bacon. And that was a forearm call on the Southside pivot. Blossoms through on the initial.
Yeah.
Scoring pass for Bacon.
And Southside with 2 in the box. Raw Man will take a seat as Payback with a scoring pass.
Bacon almost getting caught up on his own teammate.
Tiger Lily back in for Southside.
Bacon with lead, but it seems content to just let this jam play out.
Tiptoeing on the line there. Payback getting by the line once more. Big jam there for Southside once more. Nice jam for Payback. Looking for products and experience to uplift your spiritual journey? Look no further than Cosmic Exchange, your one-stop intergalactic shop. Cosmic Exchange. Ready to play once more? We've got Miscreant jamming for Cherry City. And Omar Geddon jamming for Southside.
All right, we have 0-2 Omar
A
Geddon.
quick lead for Miscreant taking the inside track.
Omar Geddon. Ooh. Spinning out there in the third turn. Nope, 2. 2 points, Cherry City. All right, here we go.
3 up. on
The
that last
lady of
jam.
the hour, Princess Leia.
Going up against Non-L Rolls, number 22 for Cherry City.
The force will be with you always. All right, the princess fighting a rebellion of her own against the Blossom defense
Yes.
and finds the exhaust port. Small exhaust port just below the main port.
Use the fork loop. Add manners.
And there we go. Leia, 4 points. Use the bullseye womp rats at our T16 back home. Nonal threw on the initial, forcing the call off.
Hard work there for Cherry City.
All right, our Alternative had a question for Tiger Lily from the from Southside. Alternative wanted to know if Tiger Lily had found the secret egg salad recipe.
Jamming for Cherry City. Miscreant going up against Omar Geddon for Southside.
Omar Geddon with lead.
And Speed.
Omar, nice apex jump. Yeah, it looks like a quick safety check.
We're under 3 minutes left in this bout. Stick around. There's one more Derby game right after this one. Misfits against the Miners.
Counting down the minutes in this game. Big thank you to everybody from out of town who drove or flew or skated in. Very glad to have you here in the Madhouse. I really do enjoy this weekend. It is so much fun.
Please have a safe journey back. We wish you well.
All right, setting up for this next jam, 66 Brat-tastic.
We've got Non-L Rolls back in for Cherry City, number 22, jamming. Nice recycle there by Payback.
Brat going fast and furious in the back of the pack. Makes his way around Risky Gamble for the forward lead.
You had to work for that one. Nice blocking.
Brat coming in hot. Bowling over the defensive line. Scoring pass.
Power jam for Southside. Risky Gamble going to take a seat in the penalty box.
Star pass over to
track
Risky
cut.
Gamble, but we'll have to serve their time. That was a track cut there on Risky Gamble. Brat going around Miscreant for 4 more. As Risky Gamble retakes the field.
74 is going to take a seat in the penalty box.
And yep, track cut there on Risky Gamble. Had 1 foot out on the inside. And that jam called for time. My guess is we're going to get 1 more jam out of this game.
It'll be a power jam start for Southside.
But timeout, Southside. They're going to get the most out of this last jam. What is next, Johnny?
We have one more great bout for you at 2 p.m. today, or thereabouts. And then maybe weekend chores.
Very good. All right, Southside setting up for a senior jam. Let's give it up for all their senior skaters who are aging out. This might be their last game.
Way to go, players.
And they're off. Helen Wheels.
Blue Raja back in to join Southside.
That's Helen Wheels, Jinx, Gear Shift,
Blue Raja and Jinx putting a big block on Risky Gamble.
the Terrorizer, Blue Raja,
And Risky Gamble making it by Blue Raja for an initial pass. Nice cut to the inside, Risky Gamble. And Blue Raja puts a big hit on Risky Gamble. And Risky Gamble around the outside with a quick move.
big hit. And that'll do it. Congratulations to the graduating seniors of Southside. And congratulations, Southside. 355, 123, unofficial.
Well played bout, players. Should be proud of yourselves.